So what I was looking into today is the correct form of diaphragmatic breathing when seeing, because you've got so many different opinions floating around, and teachers that I've had in the past have said do it one way and then other people have said do it another way. So what I would really like is to have one person to definitively say this is how you do it, and this is what it's meant to feel like, this is what it's meant to look like, etc. So I'm basically having to make this up as I go along, which seems to be a current big theme on this YouTube channel so far. What I've currently kind of stumbled across is, I talked about the other day kind of inhaling in like this, but almost like, so you're inhaling into your back, but then other people advocate for going out like this. But what I've found to be honestly better is you basically want your stomach here to remain still, but you still want to breathe into your back. So you don't want to, like, I guess, pull that in too much, but you kind of want to internally pull that in. It's a bit weird to explain, but what essentially that is you're doing this. You're like not moving that at all, but the air's got to go somewhere, right? And obviously it's going into your lungs, but you're kind of imagining that you're breathing into your back. And I found that this was quite useful for getting me some really good resonance today. But then in terms of the reflux, now that has been not great, honestly. And it's almost like when I'm taking, and I said this yesterday in the video, is that when I'm taking the antiacids, it almost makes my reflux worse. It's almost more prominent, because maybe it's like when I'm taking the Gaviscon, it's meant to form a layer on top of the stuff in the stomach. It's kind of like that's coming up as well. So it's like I've got more stuff in the throat. That's what it feels like, at least. So I really hope that the pantoprazole stuff kicks in, because that's meant to take 6 weeks or something to really work the PPIs. So I'm hoping after a few weeks I should notice some changes with that. But at the moment, really nothing. And as I said, if anything, it's getting a bit worse because of the, it's like the Gaviscon stuck up there as well. Not great. And when I go to sing, it's like when I do high notes and when I'm mixing, I notice that even though I'm mixing and it's going into the right spot, I have to use a lot of force, and that's basically the muscle tension dysphonia, because they're really having to come together hard. And if the irritation wasn't there, then my vocals wouldn't be kind of like spasming when they're coming together. So the idea is that if I get rid of the acid reflux, then that tension will go as well. And aside to that, I found that, and you would have seen this in previous videos of mine as well, is that by doing kind of like working on that muscle tension stuff in general, like doing meditation, doing deep breathing, doing cold water therapy, that is all kind of relaxing my, all my muscles, like my back, shoulders, neck, which is always tense, but also affects the vocal cords as well. So when I'm doing the cold water therapy in a day, when I'm doing the deep breathing, when I'm doing meditation, I find I can sing just about okay. When I don't do anything, it's basically crap, the singing. So the idea is that if I can get the reflux gone as well, then that muscle tension dysphonia will start to basically sort itself out. So doing those things in conjunction is hopefully going to contribute to the best possible outcome for when it comes to speaking or singing. Because even now you can hear it's all like, not great. But at least, and this is something I discovered along the whole journey of the past, I can't remember how many videos I've done, but it's something like 38, 39 so far on this channel. But one of the big discoveries is, that targeting that vagus nerve, trying to stimulate that through the deep breathing, through the cold water, through the meditation. That is helping me to relax. It's basically easing my nervous system, which has been a real help. And without that, the singing would be, like, as I said, non-existent. It'd be even worse. So I'm very grateful for that. But I really hope these medications start to work for me, because at the moment it's just making things worse, because yeah, still getting a reflux, and because of that, Gaviscon's getting stuck. When it's meant to be working, it's meant to be coming down here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.